guys, it's your girl, Mikhail Rose, and welcome to another amazing interview on Iconics Radio. Now, I'm going to have to take my time because we got, like, the king in the building, okay? The man of many hats. #1 movie on Tubi right now, guys. And the list is still growing. We have the one and only. I ain't gonna say it. You let the people know.
It's T-Roy, baby.
Philly in the building. Listen, Philly, let's go. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm real good. I'm up.
Yes.
I'm saying I'm up.
You guys are making history in the film industry, and not only that, you're doing it with a goal and a vision, and it's so clear. Make it happen. Like, don't stop. Just make it happen. That's what you're doing. You're making it happen.
Yeah,
period.
No doubt. Yeah, we pushing.
Yeah, so a lot of times people like to say T-Roy. We're going to fix that. It's T $ Roy.
Man, there it is right there.
Don't nobody call him Troy no more.
Man.
T-Roy is in the building. Mr. T-Roy, you've been working in the film industry for how long, sir?
12 years.
12 years.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the journey. What do you do?
Producer, music supervisor, locations manager, and hopefully, man, right now, because when Joe has an idea, he'll write, and then he'll call me, and then we'll get together and collab. He'll ask me, like, on experiences of things, like, how would you think this happened? And then so I started getting a hand in writing. Yeah. And hopefully, man, I can make this directorial debut. He say, man, because I'll be on his shoulder now. He be like, what you think? You call the next cut when you think it ain't going right. So, you know, he giving me game up on it. But right now on the production, I just make sure, man, people stay in character, you know, just managing the set because he has his hands full with things when it comes to casting with Tasha and Flo. I help them as we select people that's going to be in the movie. Nice. You know, so, you know, I stay up at it.
So your visuals, your visuals. Let's talk about it because in order for you to see a character in black and white, right? And then you put a face on that character, like that's serious, that's deep.
It really is because Joe will write, and I'm the first person he gives a script to. Okay. And then when I get the script, I know him so well, I have to say, this is the type of person he's looking for. Okay. You know, then I can go, then my thoughts come in pictures. And so knowing Joe, I read it, and then I can see somebody. As I started seeing, I start building this character of the type of person he's looking for. I understand that there's different types of anger. You have the boisterous, then you have somebody that can just give you a stare type of anger. You know, so I understand his writing, and then I put it with that. I put a picture, then I know the type of person to go get the cast for certain parts.
A beautiful collaboration.
No doubt.
So, Mr. Joe, if you guys have not gotten a chance to check out his interview, please do. Now, he's from New York City. He's from NYC, Buffalo.
No doubt.
You're from Philly. How in the hell? How did that happen?
Well, it came like this. You know, due to my father's military, we traveled a lot. Okay. You know, so it's like, I'm like from everywhere, right? Yeah. So we stayed in Philly, North Carolina. Man, early ages, Kentucky. You know, I've been everywhere.
Army babies are the best.
Been overseas. Yes. And so Houston is home. H-Town, they know what it is. When people see me, I throw up the H. It's like when I'm in Philly, they call me H-Town T. What? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, they know what's happening. And so like we was down here, and me and Joe stayed in the same complex like in 2009 when he came down. And I ran across him, and at the time I had a club, and I also had the studio. I was always been in music.
In Houston?
Yeah. Me and my partner, Big Steve, we had a club called Legends.
Oh, come on now.
And so while we was doing that thing, I would always see Joe. And I was like, what are you doing? He'd be by the pool just tapping away with his laptop. And I'd be like, what do you do, bro? He was like, I'm in the movies. I'm creating another one. And so this is like 2009. He said, what are you doing? I told him. He's like, oh, wow. He said, you know what? I might need some locations. And he saw a couple of cars, I had some things. I had some toys. Yeah. And I was like, what do you need? And he said, man, if I can use a club or the car. And I was like, man, listen, say less. Why don't you come over? And when we just started building, and he was like, man, he said, man, you have a story, through the things he's seen, like the things that I had going on around me.
Right.
And I just brought him in. And he would always come over, then I would let him use the studio. And then it just started making about. He said, one thing about you, man, you always come through what you say you're going to do. If you say you can get this girl, you do it. If you say you can get this location, you do it. Yeah. He said, why don't you come into the movie business with me? I said, I don't know nothing about it. And he just was like, just keep doing what you're doing. Wow. Just keep showing up.
Period.
Yeah. And that's when we did Because I Love You. We did Because I Love You. And
what year was that?
We finished in 2010. We did the movie premiere in 2011. It was huge. We got squandered. We had deals on the table, but it got squandered. We had some nice names. We had some good things up in there going on with it. But we kept on pushing. Yeah. We kept pushing. And then I ended up going to the feds, And then Joe, I came back, and he was still going. He said, man, I miss you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Let's get back. I came back, and we jumped into Complex. And it's doing numbers on Tubi's right as well.
If you don't mind me asking, while you were, punching in your numbers, if you will, did you see yourself coming back to get into film? Like, or did you see your life going in another direction? Because you got time when you doing time, you got time to think, and you can create all these different ideas through that time.
Right.
Did you see yourself coming back out to film, to working into the industry?
Well, I saw myself coming back out to my network, and I knew that I never panic about anything because my network is strong.
Period.
Yeah, and so no matter which way I wanted to go, the people that's involved in whatever they're doing, it was strong. And, I never left a bad taste in nobody's mouth, So when I came home, he was just like, what's up?
Let's go.
And he needed some things done. He was like, can you do this? Of course I can. And we jumped right back at it. We just always been there.
I love that. I love your energy. I love your authenticity, because you seem like you come from a whole nother different cloth that don't think they make them no more, y'all. So it stands out. What was it like for you growing up?
Well, it was a lot of love. It was a lot of love. We always didn't have a lot, but it was most definitely a lot of love. Coming up, I never knew that we didn't have a lot of money. I have to look back at it.
Yeah.
But it was, with my father, I understood the sacrifices, because it was time, the place that we would be staying somewhere and he would be gone. He would be staying in other cities, making sure we was good.
Right.
And I didn't understand at the time. What I'm saying? I know he would just be gone. Mm-hmm. And then he would come back and the lights stayed on.
Yeah.
If it was hot outside, it was cool inside, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So, and it was a lot of love, and my mother taught us a lot of values. She taught, stay clean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clean them shoes up. And do this. Just because you didn't have a lot, we never had a poor mentality.
There you go.
And
I love that.
I was taught to, look out for each other. Saying, younger brother, if somebody mess with him, you get down. And she'd always say, handle your business. Ain't no woman don't want nobody that's lazy. A woman don't want nobody it's not gonna protect nobody.
Period.
Get up. And those ethics, stick with me to this day. So I've always been the person that it just confuses me if somebody say they're gonna do something and they don't. I'll be like, but you said you was gonna do this. And I always be that. I was so young and I got loyalty on my neck. And my mom said, that's gonna leave you stuck out. Because you're gonna be constantly pushing forward for something, and because you say you're gonna do it, and there's people going, and I have. It left me out on the end.
Yeah.
But it made me fight harder. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It made me fight harder.
I love that. I love that. What do you consider the beginning of your musical career? Like, where did that start?
Music, wow. I've been around music just coming up in the inner cities, you around that culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, your whole life. And we all rapped, and, we did it all. From music it just transgresses to to boxing, You know, you got the music. I put on certain music when you box.
Yeah.
You know, so I've always been in it. Then we started a label, No Days Off, and we ended up getting a distribution deal here, and it fell apart due to dudes they got into it.
Yeah.
You know, and they couldn't be around each other, and we couldn't fulfill tour dates. We couldn't fulfill certain things. So you end up getting dropped. Yeah. You know, and that was a taste of, I got to be more in control of the situation. That was just too, you know, because it was real bitter to me.
Yeah. You put all that work in, and then all of a sudden you lose it because, man, I was just talking about this with Joe in the 50 Cent audio book when he was talking about how he got so mad because deals fell through because of other people. And he was like, I would never let that happen again.
Man, that's what happened. And that's when Joe met me, I was I reinvented the wheel. And so from the distribution deal, but I still had my networks from all the DJs, dealing with all the Go DJs, High C, when they was starting off doing their thing.
Shout out to High C and his wife. Doubt. Yeah.
And I said, I got these networks still. I had the all from Hot TVs and D Solo and that. Every network, even out of town, and everybody, all the artists I was putting on from the clubs coming to the sports bars, and I was letting them do open mics. I said, I'm doing this different now. Yeah. And so me, my brother Jay South, he's in Atlanta now. He was like, man, I'm gonna keep producing. We're just gonna keep going. And so I said, I'm gonna have a lot of creative control. I want all, you know, as far as the music. And when I met Joe, that's what I was doing. I really was grooming artists. And when Joe came, I said, well, I got artists. We're going to feature them. Don't worry about it. And he was like, all right, because I need somebody to help me with music. And I'm like, all right. And that's how I got the music credit. And he said, I'm going to get you a producer. He said, well, he gave me the associates. And he said, you come on, man. He said, but then I'm going to start introducing you to people. You're going to start doing producing because your mindset, you can handle this. I can just give you, you can handle whatever you need to do because you know how to deal with people. Yeah. You know, and that's where it came. You know, so, you know, from music to movies or whatever, I think the fundamentals of all business is exactly the same.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think a lot of times that's what people like miss when they're trying to get into any type of industry is that there's certain standards you have to stick with, and there's certain boundaries that you can't cross. Right. So how do you feel about being in such, like, you play both sides in the film and the music, so you're the glue almost, if you will. What has it been like looking at artists transition into getting the like scoring? You know, because that's a whole nother different type of chick, or that's a whole nother different type of level of success. When you get your music on a movie or on a television, when you get that name on the credits, right? What is it like picking an artist that's like, that could be like up and coming, don't really know like what's going on, but they got good music? And to, hey, look, we picked your song for a movie, we picked your song to place. What is that like bridging that glue together? Because you got good music, you got bad music, but then you got you in the middle between, a good movie and a good song. What is that like working that together?
I think with the artist side, I look at the professionalism of the artist. Okay. You know, because there's a lot of people that say they got it together because we hear songs and a lot of them can't make it because we have distributors and they're like, it is no clearance. You know, and I ask them, who did your production? Who did this? Because a lot of times they just hand it to you. And I'll be like, this is yours? And they be like, yeah. And then I have to go back and say, who did the beat? And they got it from somebody, and they did this. And
YouTube.
Because I've already went through that. We went through that with Because I Love You. We, you know, the dude gave us the music, we played it, and it wasn't his. And then we had to go back and find the person and pay the person. You know, so now I need a person, like, if you're an artist, please have your publishing, because it's no difference from a person saying that they're the weed man and doesn't have any weed. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I got to call you and you got to go get it from somebody, you're not the weed man. You know what I'm saying? Not the weed man. So you got a witness in the back. Look. Yeah, you're not an artist if you got this, you don't have your publishing together. If you just getting these tracks and you're taking them, and know, especially when you're dealing with people, because we have ours together. You know, it's going to come back, and it helps you. You know, so that's what I do when I meet the people, and they're very professional. I see it. If they need a buzz, I'll be so willing to help those people because I'll be like, you already exist. You know, I just always tell them, please exist. Please have your publishing together, your performance clauses together, because we're going to put you on a stage. So when it gets to spin, you need to get paid and get your money.
Period.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ill Trill Neil. Listen, Durkish, the Neil brothers.
My guys.
Listen. Okay. That ass fat.
Yeah, man.
That's my song. That is my
God.
So
man.
we've been rocking with the Neil brothers for a long time. Not that long, but long enough to know that we're family, right? Yeah. So let's talk about Ill Trill Neil first, and then we're gonna get to Mr. DJ Durkish.
Okay.
Let's go. So Ill Trill Neil is he's not just starring in the film. Right. He's also a recording artist, playing right here on Iconics Radio. Stamp that. Let's talk about it, because you did something that was very interesting. You got a actor that's also starting his music. So that's like you did that.
Yeah.
You did that. And the scene that the song is on, it was perfect. I was like, yo, this is my jam. Let's talk about how Mr. Ill Trill Neil, history. How did you meet him?
I met Neil. I was in Cali, and Joe called me. He said, man, listen, I need you to meet this guy. Yeah, every time you meet Joe, if he ever says you got to meet somebody, he's talking about me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because he knows that due to my upbringing, I got to read you in 30 seconds.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I was busy, but I'm like, Joe, I'm free. I was in Oakland with my brothers up there in the town, and I said, man, I got to go to Frisco, but it wasn't that serious. He said, can you come in? So I changed my flight. He said, dude, he don't have too much time. I said, I'm coming. I'll be there tonight. And so when I came, we met at the Starbucks in the Galleria. And when I pulled up, man, as soon as I met him, we shook hands, we went to talking. Man, the first thing came out of my mouth, we sat down. He was like, man, it's so nice to meet you, champ.
That's it. I was waiting on it.
And I said, I looked at him, and it was like, man, it was so genuine.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, hey, just champ. He was just like, he meant it, and he just had a natural camaraderie with me. Yes. And we were just sitting there, and we sat there outside and went to talking. And I told Joe, yeah, this dude gets a yes. I mean, Joe was like, damn, you ain't gonna wait till we get in the car, because you wait till. And I was like, nah, I like him.
This it. Yup.
That's what I like him, man. And from that, he just started bringing things to the table. And then, to meet John, and John just came in just working. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And it's like, those dudes come in work. They come do work.
Period.
They just gonna overload your email. Here's you got your Google folder. You ain't do this. And I'm like, wait, hold on. You know what I'm saying?
Check your calendar.
They hit me. I'll be like, man, these dudes they spearhead situations. And then Neil knows so many people. He comes in, he be like, man, because he meet people and they know me. They might know me on other things, but he be like, man, you know everybody. I say, but I like how you know them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You meet these people, and because he comes in, he just keep running buffers, but they spearhead and so genuine. And it's like our meetings, I could show you on my phone. We start having our group chats at 6:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Because another guy come in and be like, man, I don't mean, he hit us like 8:45 in the morning and say, I ain't mean to hit y'all so early. Like early. It's like, dog, do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day. If
Let's
you know
go.
T-Roy, Joe, man, you can catch us early. Hit us early. You know what I'm saying? We're up. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to. You know what I'm saying? We like, man, I want to see the whole day. I tell people, you gotta see the whole day sometimes.
That I'm typing a question because I'm gonna go back to this. Now Ill Trill as an artist. Let's talk about that Florida bounce. Man. He got that H-Town mix.
No
I'm
doubt.
like, yo, let's talk about his music because the man is talented.
He is. And you never know what he's going to drop.
Yep.
It's going to be some salsa merengue.
Yep.
It's going to be some screwed and chopped. It's going to be some bounce. You just never know.
Never know.
Because right now he's working on something with it's some Asian cats he's doing some music with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give too much on it, but it is amazing.
What is crazy?
Oh my God.
So what that kind of tells me about you is that you like people that are diverse.
Almost definitely.
Diverse backgrounds.
Yeah.
I love that.
You know, I don't mind if a person keep it simple, but we can't be basic, you know. And so, you know, those are the things that intrigue me.
Yeah.
You know, I tell my daughters, you know what I'm saying, you know, read. You know what I'm saying? Read. I don't care what it is. Read that. I didn't have my daughters, when they started reading, I had them read Donald Goins. I have them read War and Peace. I have them, you know, just from here on.
How many queens do you have?
3.
3 beautiful queens.
Yeah, and I have sons. I'm on my daughters harder because I know that they grow up, get the names changed, and they're going. So I try to, you know, I stamp them. You know, I keep my boys with me. They know that.
Yeah.
But, you know, them girls, they go off and they branch and they start their own thing. You know, and so I be on them harder because of that. You know, and but I have them read everything. They be like, your daughter reads Horse Son? Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, no doubt. Read Horse Son. You know, read some Donald Goins. You don't have to just read all these super collegiate books, War and Peace, know it all, because you'll be able to sit and dialogue with anyone. You know, so I can go right now. I can go to South Park in the hood. I don't care wherever I go. Germantown, Philly. I'm in Oakland. You know, I'm everywhere. And everywhere I go, I might stay somewhere where it's nice, but I'm always dipping through a cafe, rapping and rubbing shoulders and shaking hands, so I can kick it with anybody, and it's all genuine. You know, and
I got a question. Have you ever read the book The Alchemist?
The Alchemist, I haven't.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
You got to. Because what you are describing is definitely the life of an alchemist. And the story is even crazier. So we're going to talk about that later. This T. Roy is in the building, y'all. Now, DJ Dirk is Mr. John Neal. You guys are like going back and forth, bringing in music. He's a DJ. Not only is he a DJ, but he's a producer. Yeah. And so what has it been like working with such a broad, because EDM and DJ, like the whole culture of that is crazy.
It is.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm an EDM recording artist, so I mean, you know, the lights, the smoke, everything is lit, right?
No doubt.
So let's talk about working with Mr. John Neal.
Man, he's on another level. He's the type he'll be DJing, but then he'll also send you and say, hey, man, I got this creation of when you could do your videos. They have the suits on where I can record you, where you can put yourself in any type of location. It's a suit. When he records it, you got to have you have to wear a certain particular type of space suit where he can take the lights and like he can put it on you. And once he films it, he can make you be anywhere. And it's actually like you're there in their costume. I don't know how he does it, but he's always on some next level shit. Man. Wow. You know, and I'd be like, man, not just a DJ. Every time he come, he'd be on the Zoom, he'll be working, then he'll turn around and be like, hey, y'all ever heard about this? I'm already, the answer's no. Because he's already, hey, T, you ever? I'll be like, nah, man, why don't you just go ahead and pull my coat to it right quick. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some things in the background. He be having the green screens and this lit and this already, you know, he's always up on it. He's the type he tries to stay so far, you know, he just always searching for that next thing. And he just keeps sending it. Hey, man, we need to do this. This would be dope. You know, it'd be good if we add this, man, bro, add this, and we do this. And I'll be like, this is what y'all here for. I love it. Y'all just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
#1 on Tubi. How does that feel?
It's surreal. It's very surreal because you be like, wow, you know, when it started coming in and the distributor, Doug from Maverick would say some things and be like, man, you guys, man, Tubi are telling us, you know, this and that. I'm like, you know, it doesn't really set because we released it and we had to search it. And, you know, Tubi actually released it early. You know, it wasn't supposed to be released on the 18th with Prime, with all the other platforms. But Tubi, of course, your work is done by your director. So when they sing an Elmore Vision, they're accustomed to seeing from She's Sexy to Complex, and they knew that those did number. They said, oh, no, we're going to release it early. And so we was like, no, we having a release party. They can't do us like that. Everybody's going to watch it. So when we found out, we was like, Joe, let's act like it's not out yet. Let's act like it's not even out. We're going to proceed on with this the movie premiere. And once Lil Zane and Jeff Shelley was in the movie. Once a lot of people who had a huge following, once they found out, they posted it. And it just went crazy. And then people started going, we was like, well, we might as well tell them it's out. And then we started telling, we didn't tell people it was out till 4 or 5 days. It was like, it's already out. Oh yeah, we heard somebody say it was out. Then people started sending me things. It's already on Tubi. It's already on Tubi. It just started doing numbers. And then we started getting the phone calls. And then all of a sudden, he said, Doug was like, hey, Tubi said, man, I'm most popular. You know, I was like, what? And I looked it up. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I had to look at it for a minute. And you just be like, you know, but my thing is, I'm more excited for them. I'm more excited for how Lil Zane was excited. And Lil Zane was doing his thing on BMF. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Zane is lit. Yo, I truly, and this is just me, I don't feel like he's giving his roses properly right now.
No, he's not.
Yeah, because he been in the game forever. Like, I used to bump Lil Zane. Like, listen. And I just think that what you guys are doing now, just like you said with him, you know, being a part of the 50 Project and now transitioning over here, it's like, yo, like, this is it. Like, so are we gonna hear any music from Lil Zane on the?
It's in there.
It's in there. Okay,
we got one, and it's called 3 a.m. It's in the movie.
Listen. Yeah. Okay, so you're working with all of these amazing thespians, these actors, and you're creating these moods in the movies. Not only that, you're working behind the scene. You're going to the location. You're a man of so many. Where do you find the energy? Like, what? You're doing a lot.
You know what? I hear that, and it's crazy because when you're doing something you love, I never seem to get tired.
That's it.
You know, because I approach it with so much passion.
Yep.
You know, and it's like, just never get tired. They be like, hey, we're gonna get this this new spot. They want you to come check it out. Can you make this happen? And I gotta go and close the deal. And I'll be like, yeah, we're gonna get it. And so when I'm going, I just feel good about it. Yeah. You know, because doing this movie, like you say, I never feel like I've been working. It's just so crazy. So I can land and then we get straight busy. And you go meet this person. We gotta go meet this person. And I'm like, man, the people that we meeting is just exciting to me. Period. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like I'm so in the moment, like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's a dope interview. We up in the studio kicking. I'm like, man, I'm just loving this and embrace it all. Then it just carries me on to the next. I just never seem to get tired, man.
Hey, listen. Okay, so T. Roy wakes up. T. Roy.
Yeah.
Wakes up in the morning. What time?
5:45, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like if I can get a good 4 hours, I'll be good. You know.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I get 4 hours.
I'm pushing for 6 to 8. But wow.
I get like 4. Yeah, sometimes I can get, 4.5. But after that, my body won't let me sleep. I start getting hot. I get kicking the covers off. Like it's hot up in here. Yeah, my body just like it just does that. It just starts getting hot, then I just get up. You know,
your feet hit the floor. What's the first thing you do?
Well, after I give praise to the Most High, I go in there and put my coffee on. You know, I gotta have it. I get the Starbucks brand. I go so much, that my daughter and them, they call it Troy Bucks. You know?
Troy Bucks, I'm here for it.
That's what when you going to Troy Bucks? Because that's why they have all the meats. Meet me there.
Yeah.
Meet me there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can drink it all day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen.
I get it all day. So once I do that, and then check emails, and then I just start planning out, because a lot of times for the day before, I always have an itinerary. And then once I just start mapping it and making sure the confirmations and everything is good, I just get to knocking it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just get to knocking it out along with putting out small fires through your domestic life. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I always tell my family, do me a favor, and if you don't have to call me for something, if you can handle this by yourself,
handle it.
Yeah. I'll be putting small fires out all day.
All day long. I believe that being in your position is so it obviously is necessary. But let's talk about you and your musical passion. What do you consider good music?
Good music. I like played. I like music that's actually played. If I can the samples is cool, but I replay it. And I like when the artist is saying it. You can speak in third person. You can, But I like for that emotion to be there. You know what I'm saying? I like that if you're talking about it, you know what I'm saying, I really want to see it. I really want to feel like if you was talking about somebody else and that you really was in their shadows. You know, because Joe actually gets, like he said, he gets firsthand accounts of something. So I can make it believable, you know, and sometimes people say something and I'll be like, I don't believe that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's not how, I've never seen that situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The way you said that, it might be for entertainment, but I like things, man, somebody say something and they just make me frown my face up because I'd be like, oh man, he just shot me back on something right there.
Right.
You know, the way it sound or and I like good music, but what brings me even closer to the music is when I see the artist perform. I don't like them when they too cool. If you got a song and it's really talking about something, you just standing there because it's that time where that performance, it's like the movie. Like they say, man, it's about to be a movie tonight. Yeah. You got to show me. You know what I'm saying? I want to get that emotion out you. You know, when you might have to take your shirt off. You might have to fall back, you know, like some DMX. Like,
yeah.
You know, when boys
deliver
really
on go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, you hear his music, but when you see him perform, you're a fan. You got him. He got you when you see him perform. There's nobody that I know like that you ever seen a DMX
R.I.P. to DMX.
Yeah, that you became a fan. You know, and that's why, you know, that's what I really like about good music. I like when you say it, but then when I seen people who like, they come, I got a song, I ain't got it, but I can rap it for you. I'll be like, go ahead.
Let's go.
And they can give it to you and then give you that face. I done seen dudes beat on their chest. Ooh. Beat on their chest and rap and doing this and bobbing. And I'll be like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But I tell them potential means nothing. You'll say, you have potential. But you're going to have to put some work in.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like with it. I like that, man. Say something, man. Make me frown up to be like you was watching me, man. You must was watching me when you wrote this song. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's what I like, man.
I love that. If you're sitting at home and you're just like wondering, how do I get into my right place, my right space? You know, I want to get into music. What would you tell the people that are sitting at home that are aspiring artists to get that next big move? Like what advice would you give them?
I would say, like, it's simple. It's the fact that if you want to be in EDM like you are, it's not going to do you no good to keep going to blues shows. You know what I'm saying? You have to submerge yourself completely in that craft. If you want to be a writer, you have to they be having all these functions going on. You know, they have, you know, if you want to be a music artist, go where they have it. They be having things going on. You invest in yourself and go. Show me. You know what I'm saying? Show me your last pictures. You should be where the rappers or the R&B singers or the jazz, whatever it may be, you should be there all the time. You know what I'm saying? If they have a concert there, you should be there. You should be trying to pay more to try to get backstage. You should try to, you know, because a lot of people, they say they want to do something, but you have to ask yourself, what's the most you ever invested in yourself? You know, it's because a lot of people want somebody else to be their savior. They want to get signed. But I'd be like, you know, man, I work, I'm trying to do this. I'd be like, after your bills, have you ever just took a check and just said, I'm going to put this check towards my craft?
Wow.
Because a lot of people really, and when they don't, I'll be like, you don't believe in yourself. Because me, I'm my best bet. You know, and a lot of people don't believe or really feel genuinely that they the best bet. They want to rap, but they want somebody to carry them all the way there.
Facts.
You know, so I say if you want to rap, go to all these summits. You know, if you want to be in movies, when they have casting calls, come. You know what I'm saying? Joe actually started back acting classes. Go to acting classes so you can start meeting these agents that can get you to the directors.
Wow.
You know, and things like that. But, you know, don't sit there and post. Social media is cool, but you got to start doing legwork. You can't just post. You're going to have to get out here in these streets.
Ooh. Yeah. T. Roy, say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah, no doubt. Social media is cool, but you have to do some legwork. You have to get out here. You have to know how to talk to people face to face like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to get out here.
Wow. You know, I every now and then we get somebody that comes in that drops gems. Damn, you dropping loads of gems right now. And if y'all ain't got that pen and that pad, I'm telling y'all missing out. Shout out to Joe shout out to T $ Roy for making this thing happen. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you see people that work together, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh man, damn, it's over. What y'all are doing is so monumental right now. And it's only the beginning. I said it in his interview. It's literally only the beginning. Like, you guys are like making stars. You're creating stars. But you're doing it in such an humble way. And that's what I respect about it the whole time. Jeff Shelley.
Yeah.
Claudia B. Jordan.
Yeah.
How you do that? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it was with Jeff, it was the fact, like, when we saw Teddy B, and shout out Zeno Williams, Gutter, and did a great job.
Amazing.
But with Teddy B, I seen that he had to be somebody that had some hustle, but even in serious moments, man, somebody, it's a little funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I'm like, you need a person like that. You need a person, man, that can be you. You know what I'm saying? But every now and then, man, they are, you know, they get good. You got to be like, man, stop playing so damn much, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want out. You know, I didn't want two gutters. I didn't want, you know, so I didn't want two angry guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
You know, so I wanted that balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Dude right there, but he got a little, you know, he in your ear, then it's a little funny a little bit. He'd be like, you can lighten up sometimes. You ain't got to do that, but he still bout it.
Yeah.
But you see the difference because in real life situations, I've been there. I had to say that.
Yeah.
We could be doing anything. We could be counting beer, whatever we doing. I got to be like, dog, can you really just stop right quick? Because he plays a lot. You know, it's always something. You know what I'm saying? He's, you know, and I just felt like, you know, we knew two gutters. And then Jeff he did an amazing job. And then he also can make it funny. Yes. You know what I'm saying? He just has that demeanor about him, you know, and then things that he brings, you know, from the stars, you know, he DeAndre Hopkins and you know, all these cats that come with him.
He bring them to, like, they're alive, obviously, but he just put that whole little spin on, like, we really know that that's what he was trying to say. Like,
yeah, man, it was. And man, he was so natural with it. Yeah. It's just so natural. And it's like, we didn't have to tell them guys, like, they saw, like, man, this can be big. Y'all not playing. You know what I'm saying? They can tell, like, when we come up, we shoot and we putting this together, and they see the scripts and everything, like, y'all serious. And, you know, when they start seeing and they buy into it. Yeah. You know, and that's when they come in, we got it, man, just buy into it. When Lil Zane came, he bought right in. He was like, I don't worry about it, I got it. You know, wow. Claudia came in, okay. Because actually, Claudia came, it was supposed to be for the homie Scarface. It was supposed to be Scarface in the role. Wow. And Scarface ended up getting sick. We already got the contract signed and everything. Sure. And so we had to scratch that at the last minute, you know, and then that's how we ended up getting Claudia. Wow. You know, that's how we ended up getting her.
Legend in the place of another legend. Yeah. Like, shout out to Scarface. We love you, King. Hands down.
Face to face.
So, let me ask you this. Where can the people find T $ Roy?
Hey, man. Instagram, extreme_investments, ENT. Yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? Check me out on the gram. Your story is, like, we
only got, like, a pinch of, like, T $ Roy. But your journey, just sitting here looking in your eyes, I'm like, yo, when you gonna write your book? Because look, you gotta write a book, T $ Roy. I'm serious. Like,
Joe was like, he was going over my from the feds of my whole thing, the whole situation. He's like, man, we gotta do something with this.
Facts.
We gotta do something with this because of the trunk. When we do the trunk, I think that's when I think I'm about to slide up in there.
Man, come on, please.
Slide up
Deliver to the people. We need T $ Roy in the mix now.
Slide up in there, man. Seasoning, you know.
My
mom's Creole, so, you know, it's most definitely going to bring the season, you know. So.
No, wait a minute. Not only that, you from Philly, right? But you rep H-Town like on your head. Like, hey, listen, where we at right here? Listen, that is, it just speaks so much about you, and it goes back to what you said, loyalty.
Yeah, no doubt.
Thank you for everything that you've done, everything that you're doing, and everything that you're going to do.
Sure.
You spoke something that was so heavy today when you talked about your daughters and you make them read, and you know that eventually they're going to go off and they're going to change their last names. Fathers, if y'all didn't catch that part, go back. Rewind that, because not only are you heavy behind the scenes in the film and music, but you heavy in real life, bruh. Like, so we got to play a game, T$Roy.
Let's do that. Let's get to it.
Let's go. Okay, so, I could not get Joe not one time. He's like, he just know his stuff.
Dude, sharp, man.
I was like, okay, T. Okay, so, T, I need that same energy.
Let's go.
You know what? I gotta see y'all done came out. I started to move my computer to the side for y'all, because y'all come with it. Let's go, Philly. Here we go. First question. In 1992, which company was the first to build and sell camcorders with a color LCD screen? A, Sony, B, Sharp, or C, RCA?
I'm going RCA.
B, it was Sharp.
It was Sharp?
Yeah, you remember, what was it, like all the Sharp VCR, was it Sharp VCRs?
Was it? I don't know. Was it Sharp VCRs?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
you know what? I thought, when you started saying, I said, it's going to be JVC.
Oh, they didn't have JVC on it. But you better go all the way back, though. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. We talked about this one earlier.
All right.
So you might know this one. Where is Forrest Gump when he tells strangers in his life in the film, 1994, Forrest Gump? Where is he? A, in a department store elevator. B, on a bus. Or C, sitting on a park bench.
Park bench.
Period. Listen, you better deliver. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. One of my favorite actors of all times. Which one of these Jim Carrey films was not released in the 90s? A, The Mask. B, Me, Myself, and Irene. Or C, Liar, Liar.
Me, Myself, and Irene.
Period. Let's go. We in this thing. Okay. All right. You got girls.
Yeah.
You got this one. You got this one.
Okay.
What are scrunchies? A, candy. B, shoes. Or C, hair accessory.
Come on, man. I probably got one in my pocket. Hair accessories.
Hair accessories. Let's go. Okay. Here's the last one, and this one is about food.
Okay.
You know we like to eat,
No
right?
doubt.
Look.
What?
Let's go. Okay. Which candy company makes the popular 90s push pop lollipop? A, the Annabelle Candy Company. B, Tootsie Industries. Or C, the Tops Company.
You say push pop?
The push pop, yep. So I'm going to ask the question again. Give you a little time.
All right.
Which candy company makes the popular 90s push pop lollipop? A, the Annabelle Candy Company. B, Tootsie Industries. Or C, the Tops Company.
I'm gonna go with Annabelle. If it's a push pop, I'm thinking about with all the colors.
Yeah.
I'm going with Annabelle.
Didn't nobody know this one anyway. It's the Tops Company.
No.
Listen.
Look, I was trying to think about this, but I ever see a name on that joint? I can't see a name.
You don't.
I just see the colors.
Push the pop to the top.
Do they still exist? I want to play.
I don't know. You know they do. The Flintstones ones, they still have those in some of the stores.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Listen, don't ask me how I know. Guys, It's your girl, Mikhail Rose. I have had such, before we go, in the next 5 years, what do you see yourself, King?
Man, hopefully having somebody from a generation or two behind me sitting on their way up. You know, I would love to see, you know, of course, you know, I want us to build. I want our thing to keep going. But I just never panic when it comes to, you know, making money. But I would love to see somebody else in the next 5 years, somebody that's trying to do their thing right now.
Yeah.
Like in the next 5 years, I would love to see them. You know, I would love to see the student looking good.
Walking your blueprint.
Yeah, I would love to see the student looking good right now. That'll make me feel amazing. Yeah,
they watching
real,
you.
Because I need that contingency. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I want them to be better. You know what I'm saying? So the next 5 years, I want the person behind me. In the next 5 years, you should be way better than me. So that's what I would like to see, and that'll make me feel awesome.
Period.
Yeah.
5 years, y'all stamp that. It's your girl, Mikhail Rose, the King T $Roy. Yeah. Gutter is #1 on Tubi. Wasn't even supposed to be released. Word of mouth got out, became #1, and still till this day going to the top, guys. Mikhail Rose, my boy T $Roy, Iconics, Izzy out. That was so much fun. That was lit.
That was
lit.